Wow, so I was looking really, really crazy in my last video. My thumbnail was looking like ridiculous, but it's whatever. It's all for the knowledge and information. So I'm not really tripping about that. I will change it. I'm going to try to change it. But I'm going to be doing an ongoing video kind of tracking my progress with this whole pumping thing. So this is like more of a vlog than like a informational this this is what worked for me type session, because I'm still figuring it out. But I do want to vlog because hopefully maybe someone out there is can give me advice, or maybe I can give them some advice, and we can try different things. So right now what I'm noticing is I'm pumping around, my levels have dropped to about 15 ounces. I got up to about 18. So my levels are getting to a more predictable yield yield and so I need to figure out how to produce more. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you will run into that same thing. So I've been drinking more water, and also another reason why I think that my levels have dropped from 18 down to maybe 15 is because my daughter is nursing during the night. She nursed last night at 3 in the morning, and then she nursed again at about 5:30. And so last night was the longest night that she's nursed. She nursed for like back to back. Usually she'll nurse on one breast for about 10 minutes, and then she'll nurse on the other breast for 10 minutes in the span of like 3 hours. So she'll do one at 3 and maybe one at 5, well, 2 to 3 hours. So it's usually three and then 5. So last night I actually nursed her on one breast, and I guess she didn't seem satisfied because she was kind of moving around and fidgety. So I went ahead and I moved her out of the bed into her crib, and she started to cry within maybe 15 minutes. So then I got her and I started nursing her again for another 10 minutes, and she fell asleep. And then round about 5, I had tried to put her back. Every time I put her in the crib, she would wake up. So I don't know what this is. I don't know if her crib just isn't comfortable enough, I don't know what it is. But she can sleep in her crib comfortably from about 8 at night until 3 in the morning. So I don't know, but this is her new thing. So anyway, with her drinking so much milk, my yield it has been lower in the morning. I know those days that I pumped about 18 ounces, and then the day after I pumped 17, I had pumped about 6 ounces in the morning, the highest being almost 7 ounces in one pumping session. So she's basically drinking a lot of that milk during the night. So I'm maybe getting 3 ounces pumped in the morning versus 7. So that's where that difference is coming in. So right now what I need to do is tell my body to make more. So I'm pumping 30 minutes every session. So the way that you make your body make more milk is you pump for longer periods of time. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pump for 45 minutes every session, and my pump turns off at 30 minutes. So I'm going to let it turn off and then pump for another 15 minutes. Also, another great thing about this pump is that it has the time on it, so I can see exactly how long I've been pumping. So that's great because I don't have to estimate or guesstimate. My app also has it to where I can put on the app, the pump app, I can put press like start pumping, and it'll start the timer on there too. So it's really easy for me to get accurate times. Sometimes I don't get the most accurate times for whatever reason that may be. But getting those accurate times helps me kind of see her schedule, because usually she stays up for about 2 hours. So if you're one of those parents that don't really have a schedule, then this wouldn't apply to you. But if you want a schedule and you're trying to create one, or you have one, I could do a video on that in more detail. I created a rough schedule of her feeding times, and then I also created a schedule for me for when I want to get things done, like videos, reading my chapters and my scriptures, working out, running errands, and then like cooking and stuff like that, cleaning, and then like calling family members and things like that, because those are things that I really need to stay on top of. So I did a video on prioritizing after COVID. So I'm just working on disciplining myself to get in the habit. So that's been working out really good. So you guys, writing out a schedule, visualizing will help you to understand, like, oh, the way my child works is she eats at about 7, 8, and then she's already 8, and it's probably about 9, and she'll stay up until 10, 9:30, 10. If she eats at 7, she'll stay up to about 9, between 9 and 10, depending on when she wakes up. She eats around 12, 1, goes back to sleep until around 3, 4, and then after 3, 4, she's kind of up. She'll sleep for maybe an hour, and then she's up again at about 7, and she's getting her bath at about 8, 9, and then 9:30, 10, she's going to sleep. I personally like that schedule. A lot of people say you should put your child to sleep around 8 o'clock, because I feel like putting her to sleep at 8 o'clock is too early. Because then she'll sleep from like 8 till 3 without eating, or she may wake up. So for me, I don't know, maybe I've gotten used to this schedule, but I personally like it. So this is just me, once again, blogging, trying to just troubleshoot. Like I said, I'm going to do 45 minutes, and that's the way you want to increase your milk supply. So the science is, as your child grows and she nurses, she's going to nurse for, she's going to increase the milk supply, and not necessarily the time that you nurse. Usually 15 minutes is all they need to get the amount of milk that's needed. So the way the body works, the way that the body increases the milk supplies, the babies will start to feed longer and more frequently. And so what that does is that forces the body to make larger amounts of milk or yield per feeding session. So if you guys are familiar with, I think it's called the growth spurt. It's called something, it's another name, but they basically feed. When she was real little, she fed for like hours. She fed for her longest for like all day, like 5 or 6 hours. She was just constantly on. I would put her down, she would cry. She would want more. She would want more. She would want more. And so that's when I went from producing about 60 milliliters to maybe 90, from 2 ounces to 3 ounces. And then every time she went through another growth spurt, she would just feed more and more and more. So the way you want to trick your body into producing more milk is you want to nurse for longer periods of time. So each time you nurse, let's say you have your baby and your baby's nursing on you. If your baby stops eating and then she starts crying and she wants more milk, then your body is going to recognize that, and your body is going to produce more milk. May not be then, but by her continuing to nurse, your body is recognizing that it needs to make more milk. So that's the reason why you want to nurse for longer periods of time to increase your yield. So right now, my daughter's eating 5 ounces. On average, I've been producing around 3.5 and 4 ounces, and that's just not enough. So if I want to reach my goal, which is to produce more than 5 ounces so that I can have milk for her and milk to store, then I need to pump longer. So that's the reason why it's really good to have these apps. Once again, you can see, you can look through the weeks, through the days, and you can see how much you're pumping at at every single pump. So when I looked at my pumps, I'm like 3.5, 4, 3, 3.75, 4.25. It was around there. So definitely keep drinking the water, because the more you pump, the more your body's going to need that water and that extra energy so that you can continue to produce what you need to produce. So that's where I'm at. I will let you guys know how it goes. This is kind of also discipline for me to do what I say that I'm going to do. So like I said, my daughter stays up for about 2 hours after she eats. So 45 minutes is really not a big deal or a huge difference. So I know at the end of these 45 minutes that she still is going to, I can still play with her. And so I think it's good to get a pump and bra, a pump like this, because sometimes when you get other pumps, I had another type of pump where the pump itself was attached to the actual milk collector instead of being like this. So this one, I just put it in between my breasts. I put it right in the middle. And I also have put it like in my underwear or in the top of my skirt. You could even get a purse if you want to and just put it in your purse. But the thing I like about it is the milk collector bottles are very lightweight. And when I used my other pump, it was very heavy. So it would kind of droop out, and it was only just one. So I really like this. I just make sure that every time I'm done pumping that I'll go ahead and dump the milk or put the milk in a larger milk collector bottle so that it's not as heavy, because I don't want it to fall out. So that's all the information that I have. This is how my journey is going. Definitely add your comments on different things that you've tried. I did do a video yesterday on how I plan out my supplies so that I can make sure that my daughter is getting some milk and while she's in daycare, and also trying to reach my goal of putting her on 100% breast milk, especially at a time like this. The milk is very nutritious. It has many antibodies that's going to boost their immune system and their immune health. So if you have any comments, leave it below. If you want me to talk more about my journey in a specific way, that is something I can do as well. I do not manually express, except if I'm engorged. Then I will manually express. And I'm not really sure how to demonstrate that. And I don't want to be immodest. So I will say you just have to go around the nipple itself and just squeeze. And once you start to see those streams of milk coming out, do that on every single vein that you see. You'll see like a fat vein. That's engorgement. So you want to keep squeezing until all those veins go down. And it'll make the milk come out easier. You can also get in the shower when it's really hot and let that hot water hit your breast, and it'll kind of unlock some of those engorgements and blocked ducts. All right, so I hope you guys have a blessed and wonderful day. Keep pushing. It is a journey. I do support the videos that give you the tips on what to do, but I also feel that having someone there that is going through the process with you, the ups and the downs, that hasn't reached their goal yet, it's so difficult to see these women out here do these videos with all this milk, and they've reached that goal. But real life means that you're going to go through some trials, some tribulations, some challenges, and you need to be able to talk to someone and dialogue with someone that is going through the same thing as you. And I just feel like it needs to be a voice out there in the community that's like, look, I'm not there yet, but this is where I've got something, you know. And even you may not be where you want to be as far as milk production is going, but you may have gotten somewhere, you know. It's some women out there that don't have anything, you know. They don't know where to start, they don't know how to start. I will tell you this, if you do not have a milk pump or the money for one, and you have state insurance, and you can get one for free. You just have to call your insurance and get the number, and then call the company, give them your insurance information, and they will send you a pump. So you can definitely get one. Even if you do have insurance, that's not through the state, or private insurance through your job, you can qualify for one. I did. I had to literally call my insurance company, because if you apply online, a lot of times it won't accept you. I think that's only if you get like WIC or Medicaid. But if you have private insurance and you call your insurance company, you should be able to qualify for one. It may not be for everyone, but I had pretty good insurance. I pay a lot for it. I did not think that I would qualify for it, but I called and I did qualify for it. I didn't buy it or get it yet. I just never did. I think that I lost a number and I just was all doing something else. But these breast pumps cost me. This breast pump cost me $50. It works so well. So there is that. So comment below, please like, please subscribe. I do many other videos on all types of things. I do sewing, I do natural hair videos. I do experiment with different type of products, mainly hair videos, but I am sewing, and I'm going through a journey with that as well. So you can peruse through my channels, my videos. I still have to organize and figure out how to organize my videos into different categories, but that is soon to come. I'm working on some other things right now that are more pressing, but I will be doing my best to do videos, especially just voicing my journey for you guys. I love to do that. I think that if it was someone out there that was doing the same thing for me, I would be watching. So that's all I have now for you guys. Mommies out there and daddies out there, I wish you the best. Have a wonderful day.